Taste rolling.
All right. Can you say your name, what school you're from, and what grade?
Okay. My name is Alria Helm, spelled Aliya, and I'm in 10th grade and I go to Holmes County Central High School.
What's your last name?
Helm, Helm.
Helm?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. I'm going to ask you a series of questions. When you answer the question, I want you to repeat the question. So if I say, how old are you? I want you to say, I am blank years old. Make sense?
Okay.
All right. So can you describe a regular school day at your school?
A regular school day at my school would be, well, I would just go to classes like normal and then get on the bus to go to Votech. But in between that, at lunch, there would probably be a few arguments, but nothing serious.
Okay. What's something that you enjoy about school and why?
I enjoy some of the activities that I get to do because I join the clubs in Votech.
What are some of the clubs that you join?
I joined FFA because of Votech, and that was really fun because I got to learn more about agriculture, how it wasn't just limited to farming. And I joined choir and I got to learn more about music, and I really like singing. And I also joined band and I got to learn more about my instrument. So, yeah.
Very good. What's something that makes school hard or uncomfortable for you?
Sometimes school is hard when the right teachers don't explain things to you how, if it doesn't work for me personally.
Is there anything that makes you uncomfortable?
Sometimes it makes me uncomfortable by how uncleanly our school is, but other than that, I'm pretty comfortable because of the people, and yeah.
How does your community affect your day-to-day school experience?
Well, when the community is welcoming and it's just everybody acting normal, it's fine and I feel at home. But when they start acting rambunctious or try to start arguments and stuff, that's when it feels unsafe because they tend to get really violent.
Have you ever been affected by violence at your school?
Not me personally because I just stay out the way, but I have seen it happen, but I'm not in the way, it don't really affect me.
Can you describe when you seen it happen?
When I seen it happen, it was a bunch of things happening all at once, so I couldn't really tell. So, yeah, and it all happened so fast, so that's why once you just get out the way, it's all over.
And when you saying it happened, what are you talking about?
Like fights and arguments. Like it started out as a little argument, but then they just get to fighting and stuff, and it get really aggressive. And then it can just spread to other people because they're all family sometimes.
Gotcha. Have you ever felt like your school doesn't have what you need to succeed? If so, what's missing?
Yes, I have felt that way because when I first got here, when I was in 9th grade, I really wanted to get into AP and do Roman stuff, but they told me they didn't allow that for 9th graders or 10th graders for some reason. But Votech did for 10th graders. That's what I'm trying to see this year. That's why I feel like I couldn't really get to my full potential because I wasn't really allowed to try and do advanced stuff like I usually could. Like they stopped the whole gifted program because I was in that. So that's why I always felt like they was just limiting me, especially since I couldn't get to do biology 1 since they had no teacher. So I was forced to do foundation even though I was supposed to be in biology 1 honors.
Very good. Do you think your school gets the same opportunities and support as other schools? Why or why not?
No, I don't feel like we get the same opportunities and support because we are in a rural area full of African Americans and no other race. And I feel like that limits us. But I do know some other schools struggle with the same problem as us because there are other schools in rural areas who are underfunded just like us.
Have you ever had experiences in other schools outside of your school in different counties or where you basically stated that you've seen other schools with some of the same struggles? Have you ever been to a school and actually seen that firsthand?
No, but when I went to a summer camp and it was about politics, I met a person and they told me that their school was kind of like mine because they were in a rural area full of African American students and they were underfunded too. So I felt like I wasn't really alone with that because they were in the deep Mississippi Delta. And I've also noticed that at HBCUs in Mississippi, they also seem to be underfunded, and they don't seem to have the, up-to-date equipment like the other colleges do.
Have you ever felt like your voice wasn't heard at school? And if so, can you share what happened?
Sometimes I feel like my voice wasn't heard because I'm younger, and there are other people who are older than me, so they probably think that they know, better than I do. And I can't really name a time that happened, but I have. It's like, I talked to the principal about it, but this time he actually listened to me, and that's when I really felt like we were equal.
What's one challenge you faced in school that you overcame?
I used to be really afraid of speaking to others and try to, make new friends and stuff, but I was always about friendship, so once I really put myself out there and tried to make new friendship and new bonds, it was really easy because I just started being myself. And I cared about all the problems, and I didn't want nobody to feel the same way I felt when I used to feel.
Who or what helps you stay motivated even when things get tough?
What helped me stay motivated is that one day I might grow up and get to do better things so that I can come back here and let other people know in this community that they can do stuff just like me. Like, they don't have to be limited to stuff in the rural area just because that's where they live now. So, yeah, and my other motivation is because I've seen people who went to this school and they literally went to Harvard. I did not know that was possible, but she still went.
Can you repeat that first part again? Because it was so good and I want to make sure I capture it.
My motivation is that one day I'll grow up and I'll get to do great things that are far beyond this rural area. So then when I grow up, I can come back and show other people that they can grow up and do things just like I'm doing.
If you could change one thing about your school, what would it be?
I would change the fact that they don't allow 9th graders and 10th graders to do AP and do enrollment because I feel like it would help the people who want to be advanced. And I feel like they need more help with people who are, different, like on the spectrum and stuff. Like, they don't fully understand that. They may think they understand, but they don't. So they need to be more educated in that and try to treat them as equals because they're not just slow, they also people.
What do you wish adults and leaders understood about students like you?
I wish they understood that we're not just kids and that we all have souls and emotions, and that just because you're an adult don't mean we don't know more than you, because things are changing and you're not I can't explain. But it's they probably don't understand the change, but we do, which is why we have to be understanding to each other to try to learn something from both generations.
Very good. Thank you so much for interviewing.
Okay, you're welcome.